right, so here we Good evening, everyone. It is March 11th, and we are talking about our colors that connect us, and talking about different personalities and how they help us determine excuse me, how to interact with them. So we already talked about the red the first week, and last week we heard the great information from Kim about yellow, and now we're going to hear about the color blue.
Woohoo!
Yoo-hoo! Go for it,
Yay.
Dawn. Go for it. Thank you so much, Dawn.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to do a little review to begin with tonight, and we're going to talk about why this is important. And I think we need to continually remember why this is important. And what I want you to remember is that indirect sales, the reason we want to understand personality styles, because it helps us communicate better with people. It helps us lead people and serve people in the way that they naturally respond, not in the way we respond, but in the way they respond. And typically, what most people do is they treat people the way that they respond instead of that individual person. So, 5 different areas I wanted to share with you that learning personality styles can really help you in this business. The first one is better communication. And the reason is because not everybody processes information the same. For me, I am more auditory and hands on. Some people are more visual. And the same thing is true with personality styles. For example, blues, they're going to respond to fun and relationships. Reds are looking for results and goals. Greens want to know all about the facts and the details. And the yellows, it's about that security and that support. So when we speak people's language, it helps them feel like they're understood and not pressured. How many of us have ever used that word? I don't want to pressure anybody. Well, when you understand personalities, it helps you not pressure people. So I thought that was very helpful. The second thing is more effective recruiting. How many of us would want to be more effective with our recruiting? I don't know about y'all, but I would. It's not just about recruiting people and signing people up and selling kits. It's about truly finding people that can get something out of this business, that this business can serve them and make a difference. So, different personalities join this business for different reasons. I know sometimes that's hard to believe that not everybody starts because they need extra income. There's all different reasons that people join. When you're recruiting, you can highlight what matters most to specific people. Again, you'll see those characteristics listed there. But when you are using the things that matter most to that individual person, it makes your invitation more relevant and more attractive. For example, if I am talking to Karen about the business and I am just over the moon excited about our incentive trips, and Karen does not fly, nor does she leave her home state, then I am wasting my time sharing that benefit with her. I need to find out what it is about Karen that she's looking for. And again, the same thing with the personalities. When I truly get to know Karen and what speaks to her, then what I'm saying is going to be more relevant. Stronger team leadership. That is a third thing that learning personality styles is going to help with. When we understand personalities, we are able to lead people better. And I don't know about y'all, but I want to be a good leader. I want to be able to step up and help people achieve their dreams and their goals. So it helps us understand who needs recognition, who wants clear structure, who needs encouragement, who's motivated by goals. When we know what motivates people and encourages people, that is going to help us be a better leader. And it builds confidence and it avoids misunderstanding. And I think that's really, really important. Number 4 is learning personalities is going to help us have better customer relations. Now, how many of you would like to have better relationships with your customers? I do. I don't want to just go sell something today. I want to build relationships with my customers so they're going to stay with me and I'm going to be able to serve their needs in the kitchen for a long, long time. So, again, just like our consultants, our customers have different personalities too. And it's really important that we understand that so that we can present the products in a way that resonates with them, that we can build trust faster. And how many times do we hear that word? It is so important that our customers know us, like us, and trust us. And then the third thing is that we are able to create a more enjoyable buying experience. And that's something that you hear Pampered Chef talk about all the time. The experience is super, super important. And guys, I'm going to share all this with you. So if you don't want to take notes, I'll share all these slides with you, okay? And then the fifth is when we understand people's personalities, we have a better understanding, and our customers, our consultants have less frustration. It's if we don't have the awareness of personalities, it's easy to say, why are they so slow? Why can't they understand this? Or why do they get so emotional every time we talk about something? Or why do they need so many details? That is the one that I really struggle with because I am so not a detail person. So when people want those details, I used to call them thinkers. You know, they ask every single question, they want every minute detail. But again, it's not because they're being hard to get along with, it's because that's what speaks to them. So, personality training is going to help us realize the way that people are wired. And we're not going to just see them as being difficult. So, the thing to remember is that understanding personality styles helps you meet people where they are. And that to me is one of the most important things I've learned in my life is you have to meet people where they are. We can't expect everyone to think like us. And when all of this happens, guys, in direct sales, it leads to better relationships, more bookings, stronger teams, and more recruits. Anybody ever looked for those things in your booking, in your business? Gosh, I wish I could have more bookings. I wish I had more recruits. I wish my team was stronger. Well, this is what's going to do all of that for us when we take time to truly get to know people. So that is why we're doing this training. That is why we have dedicated 4 weeks, guys, to really showing you what each of these personalities does. So let's define. Hold on. Well, it's not letting me move my screens. That's not good. Karen, you know why? Do I have to go in to present? Can you hear me?
Yes.
You shouldn't have to go into present. You should just be able to.
I know. I always do this.
Yeah.
It's not letting me move them.
Why don't you try to refresh your screen?
Oh, wait, there it is. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see. It's moving, but it's not letting me. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me go out of here and see if I can go back in and it'll work because I want you to be able to see. Oh, yeah, of course it says it's not responding.
Can you refresh?
The
circle at the top left.
I got too many things in my way.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, let's see if I can get back in there. That is a pain in the neck. Oh, there it is. Hold on. I want y'all to be able to follow along with me. And I need to be able to see it too. Okay, so let's define the blue personality. Blues are relationship builders. They are energized by people, conversation, fun, and shared experiences. Can anybody think of somebody like this that you know?
Mhm.
They're like the life of the party. They're a social butterfly. They're the ones that are going to talk easily to strangers. Kim, that is not us, is it? They're going to make friends everywhere they go. They love parties, gatherings, and group activities. They tell stories with enthusiasm. And they typically do shine in this business because the Pampered Chef revolves around connecting with people and creating fun experiences. So, blues do typically thrive. What motivates our blue personalities? And I think this is really important to know what motivates people. One of the big things that we talk about a lot in our team is what is your why? Because that's where your motivation comes from. And I think when we know what motivates people, we're able to help them and we're better able to be a better support system for them. So, blues typically recognition, they like recognition, applause, and praise. They like being included. They love a fun team culture. So they're going to like little get togethers. Let's meet for coffee. Let's have a luncheon. Let's have a team meeting. They love friendships and community, and they love positive encouragement. What are the key characteristics? So, your key characteristics, guys, are going to be that your blue personality is outgoing. Again, think of somebody that's very talkative, and it's natural, and that they are comfortable being the center of attention. They also are enthusiastic. Now, those of you that have heard me talk before, I use that word a lot. So I think I must have some blue personality in me. I don't have I think the shyness keeps me from being blue, but I talk about enthusiasm all the time because that truly is what gets people excited. If you are not enthusiastic, nobody else is going to be enthusiastic about what you're offering. So I love that about a blue. They're expressive with their emotions, very animated and energetic. And Karen, you're right. Gail Sai is definitely a blue personality, 100%. They're optimistic. How many of us would love to have people on our team that are optimistic? They're seeing possibilities and not problems, and they're encouraging others easily. They are also creative by coming up with fun themes and ideas and celebrations and events. And they are relational. They care deeply about friendships and community, and they prefer working with people instead of alone. So these are your characteristics that you're going to find in your blue personality. And I think this one is probably one of the easiest to spot. And the quickest to be able to spot in someone. So let's talk a little bit about communication because I think communication is so important in everything we do in life. With blues, they do tend to communicate in a warm, emotional, and story driven way. So, a blue, when they're talking about a product, they're not going to talk about the characteristics of that product. They're going to talk about how that product has made a difference in their kitchen. Those stories are really where the blue is going to be honing in. They often tell stories instead of giving facts. Again, they're not going to say, this is stainless steel, it's dishwasher safe. They're going to say, this pan changes my life because I can make anything taste great when I use this pan in my kitchen. That's going to be your blue personality. They speak with lots of expression and excitement. So you're going to see lots of smiles, lots of excitement, hand motions. They use humor and personality. They talk about people, fun, and experiences. So, they're going to talk about all the people that Pampered Chef brings into their life and the fun that they get from their Pampered Chef business, and also the experiences that they've had. You're going to hear a blue personality say things like, oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Or you're going to love all the people that you get to work with. Or this party was amazing. So those are your blue personalities. That's what they're looking for. Indirect sales specifically, a blue has strengths because they're good at hosting parties. They're really good at going live on social media. So think about your people that are the best at going live and that do that effortlessly. They're really good at building community in groups. And isn't that something really important that we want our team on our team? And not everybody's going to have that gift, but when we have a few blue people in there, it's going to help build that community. They're good at recruiting their friends because their friends are going to want to join into that community. They are also really good at creating excitement about the products. And that is where everything starts. Our products really do start helping people fall in love with this business. So when they fall in love with the products, they want to buy the products, they want to host parties, and they want to join our team. So I think that is such an important positive in blue personalities, is getting people excited. They also make customers feel welcome, or make other team members feel welcome. And tell me, why is that important? Does anybody have a story about that, about feeling welcome in a certain group? How has that helped you in your business? Y'all are all quiet tonight. Anybody want to come off mute and tell me?
I feel welcomed by this group in this business. I tell people all the time about like how just welcomed I am by this whole group. Y'all are amazing women.
And it really does make a difference, doesn't it?
Maureen was good at that. Everyone was welcome, and then I had one director, I guess, down here that I went to hers several times. It wasn't the same. I always felt odd man out.
And I think now, and Bonnie, I'm the same way. I've been places that I felt very welcome, and then I've been places that I really did not. I felt awkward.
Yeah.
But I think now, understanding that, that person where I didn't feel welcome, it wasn't that they didn't want me there. It was just that their personality style was different. Mm-hmm. And I needed to learn to understand their personality style and not take it personally. And I think that's what happens as we learn more about this. We're like, oh, she really doesn't dislike me. She's just a red personality. She's not a warm, fuzzy personality. Mm-hmm. She's a red personality. She's matter of fact, and she's just going to tell you like it is. And that's not a bad thing, right? I think for a long time, for me, it was more of a bad thing. Like, I don't feel comfortable around that. Yeah. But I think as you grow and you learn, you begin to feel comfortable with all personalities. And I think that, with knowledge, so much comes with knowledge. And I think that's why it's important that we're doing this. And then blues also, they bring that energy and a heart to the business. And I do think that that is super, super important, because people can see that. When it truly is from the heart, they can see that. So I do think we want those blue people around, because we want energy shared and we want them to feel that heart. Let's talk about some challenges, because every personality is going to have challenges. And the challenges for blue is they are people focused. So organization may be a challenge for a blue personality. Following systems. And this is where I know that I have a lot of blue in me, because people will say, what's your system? And I'm like, I don't really have a system. Well, I need a system. Yeah, I need you to give me a system. But that's not the way that my personality works. Consistent follow-up. That is an obstacle. That is a struggle for your blue personality, as well as time management and staying focused on details. None of that's important to a blue. They just want the fun parts of the business, and they want to leave the structure out of the business. All right, let's talk about how are we going to recruit or lead a blue personality. Because again, and Karen told y'all this in the very beginning, we want to begin to look for all personalities. I think typically we are looking for people like us. And I think when that happens, we're very short-sighted and we really are putting a damper on what could happen with our team. So we want to begin to look for all these personalities, because when we've got a little bit of everybody in the room, then we're able to tap into all areas of the business. So let's talk about how to recruit or lead a blue. When you're talking to a blue personality, again, you want to focus on the fun, the people, the community, and the experiences. You do not want to focus on all the detail-oriented things about the business. It's fun. You get to cook with friends. You get to meet people. You get to be part of an amazing network of people. Those are things that are going to speak to that blue personality when you're talking to them about the business. All right, we are going to go into a few scenarios. And these are things that you can post. And we've done this every week now, giving you some specific things that you can post that are going to help you attract the blue personalities. So let's start with this one. This is all about the fun. And the thing you need to remember when you're posting is that you're starting with a hook. What is it that you put out there that is a hook that's going to grab their attention? And then you end that post with a call to action. You're asking them to do something. So for a fun post, if you love a girls' night, cooking with friends, laughing way too much in the kitchen, you would probably love what I do. My Pampered Chef business has given me amazing friendships, fun kitchen parties, trips, and experiences. And the best part, I get to hang out with people who love food and fun as much as I do. So what I love about that is, first, it's that hook. If this is what you're looking for, and then it shares what you have found. So it brings in your personal experience that speaks to them. And then lastly, it's given them that call to action. Comment fun, and I'll share the details if you're curious. So when you're posting, that's what you want to make sure that you're doing. Another example, this is going to be about community. One of the things I didn't expect, and I love this, if y'all are doing the marketing kitchen, a couple of weeks, they have had this out there, and it's how to structure a recruiting post. What was your life like before Pampered Chef? What attracted you to Pampered Chef? How has Pampered Chef changed your life? And what are you looking forward to in the future? So this kind of goes alongside of that. One of the things I didn't expect when I started my Pampered Chef business, the friendships. And I don't know about y'all, but we talk about this all the time. Most of us did not come here looking for friendships, but that is one of the things that keeps most of us here. The business has brought some of the most encouraging, fun, and supportive people into my life. What do? What makes it fun? We cook together, we celebrate wins together, and we laugh a lot. Are you looking for that? If so, drop a heart, and I'd love to share more. So again, you've got your hook, you've got your personal experience, and you have your call to action. Another example, the love people post. Do you love being around people, cooking and sharing food, hosting fun get-togethers? Then you might actually be perfect for what I do with Pampered Chef. You don't need to be a chef. So you're already just putting that aside, because I think a lot of times people think if this is about cooking, they need to be a chef. You just need to enjoy people and a little kitchen fun. And then your call to action, message me if you want to see how it works. And then two more, the relatable story. When I first started my Pampered Chef business, I thought I was just selling kitchen tools. How many of us thought that? Yeah. And I tell people this all the time after 28 years. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm painfully shy and I am not a salesperson. Why in the world I thought Pampered Chef was going to work for me? But I found this. I found community, I found friendships, I found laughter, and I found that it was not about selling tools. It was about building relationships and truly helping people in the kitchen. So I love that this brings that in. If you're someone who loves connecting with people and creating fun experiences, this might be something you'd really enjoy. Call to action. Want the info? Comment info, and I'll send it. So you're always asking them to do something. And then the last one, you'd be great at this post. So we know we talked about what do blues like? They like recognition. They like being in the spotlight. So saying you would be great at this. And I have never done this, but I have seen people do this if they're at a restaurant, consultants eating, and they have a waitress that is just really good at her job, saying, I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but you would make an amazing Pampered Chef consultant. People like to be complimented. That's something that speaks to them, and especially blues. So you know these people, they always bring everyone together. They love hosting and they make everything fun. Now, who would not stop and listen if you told them that? You would be great at this because you bring people together, you love hosting, and everything you do is fun. Those people make amazing Pampered Chef consultants. If that sounds like you or someone you know, I'd love to share what this opportunity looks like. Comment, tell me, and I'll send you the details. So what I love about this is that you really can mix and match. You've got several different call to actions that you can pull out and use in different posts. But what you're doing is you're just planting those seeds and you are looking for people that are going to fit into this category. Any questions about that? Is that helpful to have some words to use?
Outstanding.
Most asked question that I get as a leader, could you give me a script for that? So you're getting some scripts here. You're getting some things that you can use and take and use right in your business. We also want to attract hosts. So think about how are we going to attract blue hosts? Blue hosts love connection. They love celebration. It is not really about the rewards. So if they are a blue personality, you don't want to get caught up in, you're going to get free products. You're going to get a 60% off item. And I think I tend to focus more on this than I do the host rewards anyway. It's fun. Who would not want to get your friends together and let somebody else cook for you? That's a no-brainer. That's kind of where the blue personality comes in. So again, let's look for some fun posts here. The girls' night post. Who needs a girls' night? Who's going to say no to that? Nope. Don't need to get out with the girls. Don't need to have any fun. This is going to grab their attention right from the beginning. And then what are you going to get in that girls' night? You're going to get cooking, laughing, trying new recipes, hanging out with your favorite people. That's what a Pampered Chef party is. And how many people think a Pampered Chef party is about pushing their friends into buying a bunch of tools? We need to change that perception. And that's what you're going to do with this. I'd love to gather a few friends and have a fun kitchen night. I'm booking a few hosts this month. How does that sound to y'all? Does it sound a little more attractive than I really need some bookings on my calendar? Who wants to have a party? Yeah, this is getting people excited. And you'll see, just like our recruiting post, you're getting that call to action. Comment party, and I'll send you the details. Another example, the host is a memory maker. Some of my favorite memories have happened around a kitchen island with friends. I absolutely love that statement. Awesome. Yeah, a Pampered Chef party isn't about the tools. It's about laughing with friends, sharing food, and making memories. Message me if you want to pick a date. non-threatening, and something that's very attractive to people. This type of post is what builds desire in people. The social butterfly call out. We talked about the blue being a social butterfly. Calling all my social butterflies. So right up front, I'm putting it out there. You know, who would not? So I can hear Gail Sy saying, "That's me." You know, that's what people are going to do. And again, we keep going back to the same words. But if you love hosting with friends, if you love fun get-togethers, trying new recipes, hosting a Pampered Chef party is basically a perfect excuse to do all of that. Plus, you earn free kitchen goodies too. Drop a butterfly if you want the details. Okay, we got two more, and then we're going to wrap things up. Let's hang out. Honestly, Pampered Chef parties are just an excuse to hang out and cook together. You know, I absolutely love that. And that is what my 3-year-old granddaughter says to me all the time. Lolly, can we just hang out and chat? Can we just hang out and cook together? And it's just so, it's such a warm statement to me.
She's a blue.
She must be. She must be a blue. Is that the funniest thing? Can we hang out and chat? But it's so non-threatening. You know, again, it's not, would you like to host a party? Would you like to book a party with Pampered Chef? It's, would you like to just hang out with some friends and let's cook a fun recipe? It's about the good food, the good people, and the laughs. If you'd like to host a fun night with your friends, I have a few host spots open this month. And what you're noticing in all of these, and guys, this is so important when you're putting booking messages out, you cannot appear desperate. Desperation, people will run from desperation. But creating a sense of urgency, I have a few spots open. They do not need to know that your whole calendar is empty. That is your secret, and you don't need to share that with anybody. I have a few spots open. Don't wait till I'm booked, or don't wait till it's too late to take advantage, because that does create that sense of urgency on their part. And again, your call to action. And the last one is the experience post. And I just love a great experience. If you could host a night with drinks, easy recipes, and your favorite friends, would you do it? That's exactly what my Pampered Chef hosts get to do, and they earn free products while they're at it. Who wants a fun kitchen night with friends? How many of you are ready to sign up and have a party? A fun kitchen night with friends, drinks. I had a group of customers that I did parties with years ago down at the beach. And I mean, we had party after party after party. And the reason is because I learned very quickly that these girls like day drinking. That's what they called it. They loved day drinking. So every party I went to, I had a new theme that I was introducing at that party. And it was always around a new fun cocktail and a little theme, you know, so it may be sips and dips. It may be wine, cheese, and chocolate. But those themes got them excited because it was about them hanging out with their friends and day drinking and having something yummy to taste. So they must have all been blue personalities because that really spoke to them. So again, there's 5 examples of posts that you can use to attract hosts. And I think that's what we need to remember, that our job is to attract people. It's not to hunt people down, but it's to attract people. And I think the more we know about how people tick, the more able we are to attract people. So let's do a little review. Our blue personality, their core motivation is connection, friendships, recognition, and having fun with people. Who are they? They're outgoing, enthusiastic, and people-focused. They love bringing others together and creating enjoyable experiences. and they often become the heart of the party or the group. So a simple little thing to remember, people plus fun plus energy equals your blue personality. And I think we all need some blues as part of our team because they're going to help us keep it all fun. When things get tough, when we hit a wall and we think we can't go any further, those blues are going to help us get through that. And they're going to keep it fun at the end of the day. So that's what I have for you tonight. I hope you learned something. And I hope you are excited to go find some blues to add to your team or add to your calendar. Anybody have questions?
I have a comment. If somebody had a question, go ahead. My comment is, so often we hear and we all fall into that trap sometimes, whereas nobody wants to book. And normally it's because we don't know what else to say. And it's really struck me tonight with the help we've been giving people with different words to say. You have lots of avenues of trying different words to say so that you don't have to feel pushy. You're coming from a different angle. Because like Dawn said, we're not trying to convince, we're trying to attract. Mm-hmm. So just outstanding information.
Yeah, it's really interesting to learn.
I love it.
Something that I think, maybe I knew this before, but I feel kind of like green and red go hand in hand, mm-hmm. and blue and yellow go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. Maybe not all the time, but I do kind of feel like those are the two that go together. Like Kim and I are both yellow. I think she does have some green though. But I think we've got some of the blue. We are just, we've got the shy end of the blue. We like to be with people. We like to have fun, but we're not so in your face. We're a little more reserved.
And let's face it, I think that all of us, no matter what color we are, we kind of hide with the color we are in some ways. We take a little bit of, it's that comfort zone,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. It is very interesting though. I've learned a lot. And I think that I will begin to really have my eyes open, mm-hmm. and looking for people and saying, gosh, wonder what personality they are. Wonder what I can say that is going to attract them to what I have to offer.
If you care about connecting with people, I think that this is really important information. Anyone else? Comments, questions? Are you getting a lot out of it?
Giving me things to think about.
Good. I hope it helps you take action. And I just am sharing the book that this is from, and I cannot recommend this book highly enough. You could, even if you listen to the audio, if you don't want to read it, he's hilarious. This book is hilarious. And he points out our personalities in really the worst ways, just to make the points. But I cannot recommend this book high enough. It's so good. So that's what inspired this workshop. Well, if there's no other comments, next week we are going to learn about the personality green.
Do you know any green people?
We sure do.
Yes.
We sure do.
Have we shared? Has everybody on here shared what?
I don't know, Jenny. I know everyone has shared, but if you want to share again, go ahead.
I'm blue, but parts where it says like you want the recognition and to like be praised and that makes me feel uncomfortable. Like I don't like being in that spotlight. That I would just rather like not anything be said and just that's just how I am. But the being able to like talk to strangers, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
But I think, Sharon, it doesn't have to be that you're in the spotlight in a group. But if you get a postcard that says, gosh, Sharon, you have done such a great job working your business this month. Does that make you feel good?
Yeah, I like Dawn happy now.
Does that lift you up? Yeah. So, I mean, if that is recognition. I know what you're saying. Like, I don't want to be in the spotlight. I don't want
Right.
all eyes on me. But recognition just means that you're being acknowledged for doing a great job. I can't imagine that wouldn't feel good to anybody, though.
No, that does feel good, but it's
Yeah.
like that's not like what I don't know, striving for. That's not what, you
Right.
know.
Yep.
Mhm.
Tony's not with us tonight, but she's a blue. And let's see. And the greens we have are Abigail, you're a green, right? Yep.
I got labeled with green.
Yep.
I got labeled green.
Get labeled green.
Did you take the test or did somebody label you a green?
I took the test, but I could see since we haven't learned about the green yet, I'm not 100% sure, but I know that like the one that I sounded the most like was last week.
Yellow?
No, red.
Oh, red, the first
Red.
one. Okay.
Okay. So there
Whatever.
you go, red and green, hand in hand.
Yeah. And I'm red. And let's see, Dawn is yellow. And Deb is yellow. Deb didn't join us tonight. Bonnie's a yellow. And let's see. Green is also Lynn Mead.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole or Jenny, have you taken the quiz?
I did.
What are you, sweetie?
I'm yellow. According
You're
to-
yellow, okay.
Yeah.
I took the quiz and I'm blue, although
blue.
I don't know how I'm a blue because I am not that social butterfly.
Okay.
Nicole, I disagree with that.
Oh,
I think you are. Do you think you have a little green in you though?
I haven't learned about the green, but I know I'm usually that matter of the fact person, want the facts and those kind of things.
Yeah.
Um,
Spreadsheets,
yes.
detail. I thought you had some green in you.
So I'm not sure which one that falls under. Are the other ones, because I did miss the first 2 weeks because of other obligations I had, are they posted in the group to go back and view? Okay, cool.
yes, they are.
You're in Team Halo, aren't you, Nicole?
Yes, ma'am. I've
Yeah.
been at it.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
there.
good.
And again, I
Yeah,
think
and
we're-
we've all also the slides are shared.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And I think that most of us are a combination of colors. You know, we're not, which is so interesting.
Well, that old, what was it? Was it Myers-Briggs? Is that the old
Yes.
personality where you got like 4 letters?
Yeah.
Yes, that was me. I did a study on that in my master's degree using that system.
I can never remember my letters though.
I don't remember. I remember the first one being introverted, which that is me. I'm an introverted. So saying I'm outgoing, I'm like, well, that goes against everything I've been.
The 4 letters will either start with an I or an E. There's a whole personality test. It's kind of like really
Right.
extensive online for it. It was labeled as INTP, which is the same as like Albert Einstein, and they'll give you like a whole list of famous
Yes.
people who have the same personality type as you. It's really cool.
Yeah, it
Forrest
is.
Gump, that would be me.
Yeah, it's well, that's again, if you're more green, you're more into the more intricate, Whereas for me, for us, and I think it would be great to learn more. And Pampered Chef has offered us classes in the 34 years I've been with Pampered Chef. They've done a couple things. What I like about this is it's general. It's very general, and easy for us to to get an idea of what other people are. And he's so funny. I mean, it is great when you can learn and laugh.
Yeah. And Nicole, I will say, I heard you say you're an introvert. I used to think I was an introvert because I'm shy. But that is not what an introvert means. An introvert means you get your energy from being alone. I do not get my energy from being alone. Even though I'm very shy, I get my energy from being with a group of people. And that is always proven. And I say that all the time, like team meetings. I'm working, I'm getting ready for it, and I'm like stressed out. And as soon as everybody gets here, it's like, oh, it's my happy place. So an extrovert gets their energy from people. Like my son is an introvert.
Mm-hmm.
He could literally stay in his house for weeks and never see another person, and he would be perfectly happy. That's an introvert. So it doesn't mean that you're bubbly or you're not bubbly. It just means where you get your energy from.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting to me. I just learned that recently.
Is that Luke?
No,
Oh,
that's
okay, no.
Austin.
Austin. Okay.
Austin. Yeah,
Okay.
he is. He says he doesn't like people.
Mm-hmm.
He waited tables when he was in college, and my mom said, "Don't you just love your job? Don't you love meeting all these people?" And he said, "Nana, I don't like people. No."
That's funny. Well, and it reminded me, the blue reminds me it's a great reason to go to conference.
Yeah.
This is all a great, of course, and that's what's really cool. You see people all, oh, and I wanted to say, don't prejudge. That's why it's really important not to prejudge.
Exactly.
Very important. So, Dawn, thank you for a wonderful workshop. Great information.
Thank
And
you for being
I'll be
Thank
stealing
you.
lots of ideas.
I'll share the slide.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
See you
Have a
next
great
week.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you.